My bad. My car, the sound was connected to the
Phone
car.
disconnected.
You feel me? But yes, hey YouTube. Okay, so boom. I just came from a meeting with my principal investigator, some research I'm doing. And I pretty much, it was our first day meeting, so I pretty much just laid everything on the table as much as I could, right? The important pieces, I would say. Um, and it was a very interesting conversation, you know, but I guess it just made me realize how exceptional I am. Like I'm really exceptional. Like in the conversation, he just automatically assumed that like he was like he just automatically assumed that my family or my friends or like my associates um have connections that I have. Like um how do I say this? He automatically assumed that the conversation that we were having was the same type of conversation that I could have with um my family or my friends or um and I had to let him know like no, I might not look like what I came through, but you know there was a certain type of way, that was like, no, not everybody has the access that you have. You know what I'm saying? I came from a community that didn't have access. You know what I'm saying? And or that I wasn't even supposed to even make it to the door to even have access. Like, you know, he just assumed that like that's just like he it was like he was like everybody your family are associated with this status, and like he assumed that I came from a family or friend or environment of some like the current caliber of status that I like. I don't look like what I came from. So like he just assumed that me and everybody I'm around came from the current status that I'm at right now. And which that is like whatever that is, right? But I had to let him know like like I'm exceptional. Like some things happen that I beat some odds, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't know my story, so like, and I sat there and I kind of laid out some things to him that I felt like I felt like they were um like challenging, you know what I'm saying, to where like it would make sense for me not even to be in this position. Excuse me. Like I was talking to my nana the other day, and she was telling me like we was having a conversation, and she was just like, you graduated high school with no kids, like that's good enough, basically. Like that's the standard. Like you graduated high school with no kids, and I've exceeded that. Like, so um that I don't owe anybody anything and all this stuff after that, right? But just the assumption that I came from, like I don't look like what I've been through again, it was very interesting because yo, what's up, Gavin? It's just I don't know. It's a blessing, but it's also a curse at the same time, I would say, to be in such a position where you don't look like what you've been through, because you know people automatically try to tell your story for you, or they assume what your story is or who you are. And when you're not who they thought you were, the reactions are interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the least of it. When you're not who they thought you were based on what you look like, it gets very interesting. That's what I'm gonna say. because there's a variety of reactions to it. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna get even deeper into what it is I'm actually researching. I'm really excited about that and how that's gonna translate into my performances. Cause I've been spending a lot of time and energy on research and administration and business, like organizing my business, that I haven't been able to really focus on the performance, the choreography, as much as I would like to. So yeah, I guess I just sat down with a critic, um, and you know, sometimes you sit down with critics and they think they're gonna um, prove themselves right about whatever they have, their preconceived notions. Um, but then you ask them a question, or you just say nothing sometimes. You know, most times I just don't say nothing because I'm not going to teach you, okay? Especially if you're a man. You're not going to suffer me to teach you, okay? It's suffering for me to have to teach a man. They don't listen anyways. Most times. Not to a lady. But um the preconceived notions is really the issue at hand. So regardless of everything else, I'm finna get up out of here and go eat dinner because it's time. But anyways, yeah, I guess, you know, once I get a chance to really get into it, the end product will be a healing methodology. And instead of it being outward facing, the research will definitely be inward facing, because I attempted outward facing research and it was good. I got a lot of data back, but I think it'll be much more applicable when it's inward facing. It'll be much more practical. The application will be much more practical if it's inward facing. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Mm-hmm. Am I allowed to drive while I'm on YouTube? Anyways, yeah. I'm thinking about everything that we talked about. I'm reflecting on that conversation. But my stomach is also growling, so I gotta go.